Did you know that you can spell the word hard driven out of David Vonderhaar? Would you say he was hard driven to try and give us the best game he possibly could? But then again, you can spell the word cheat out of Treyarch, so maybe that's a bit more appropriate. But look, I know I bashed David Vonderhaar pretty hard in my last video, and I'd really like to thank you for all your support I received on the video. It got just over 40 likes, which was pretty cool. So again, thank you for all your support and comments. It really is much appreciated. So as I was saying, I've bashed him pretty hard in the last video, but I want to elaborate on that a little bit more, as I do have a bit of sympathy for him. It's impossible to please everyone in the Call of Duty community. Millions and millions of people play this game, and even if the next Call of Duty was the most diverse, the most balanced, and had the biggest overhaul, there would still be a percentage out there who completely hate the game. I'm not doubting David Vonderhaar's ability to make a game. I mean, look at his job role. Would he be the game design director of Treyarch if he had no qualifications and did not have the desired skills to lead and develop a game? Of course not. He would be pretty amazing fraud if he could pull that one off. But the big problem is that he's not a hardcore self-sufficient Call of Duty player, and because of that he's not in touch with the Call of Duty community, and therefore does not necessarily know what is good and what is bad for the game. Basically, he does not know what the consumers want, and that's what I think the big missing factor is here. It's the same for every job. I mean, for instance, I work as a cargo sales executive for an airline, which, believe me or not, is not the most exciting thing in the world, but I've been involved in this industry since I left school, so when I'm selling, I know what the consumer wants and I know what I'm talking about. But just because I'm a good salesman doesn't mean I'll be good at selling something that I don't know much about. Let's say I went into a mining machinery industry as a salesman. Sure, you know, I can try and sell you a machine as I'm a good salesman, but really, I don't know what I'm selling. I'm not involved every day in the mining machinery world, so I don't have that understanding. If I knew, I'd be a lot more proactive, in touch with my customers and understanding their needs and wants. So, I mean, do you get where I'm coming from? It's quite difficult to explain, so I hope it comes across the right way. But so you need to know what you're designing and who you are designing for to make the game a success. The game itself, in sales wise, is, well, it's obviously a success. You could slap the name Call of Duty on everything and it would still sell very well. But what if Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2 were not part of the Call of Duty name? What if these two games were brand new first person shooters? Would they have been successful? I highly doubt it. And would there be sequels to these games? Probably not. So I'm not bashing Vonderhaar for being bad at his job. I bash him for not being more involved with the game and community itself, not really being out there with the hardcore players, playing the game to death in the beta stages and working out the cheap perks, the cheap attachments, the cheap weapons. I mean, how long does it take us, the Call of Duty players, to figure out what's broken? It's literally hours, if that. I mean, if we can find a broken and cheap class setup so quickly, so should Vonderhaar. It shouldn't be up to us to somewhat beta test the game after paying full price for it. I think in the end the SMGs were nerfed so bad that they were more balanced when the game first came out. Like a silenced MSMC and a PDW are just not worth running anymore. But for every shitstorm there is a shining light, and I'm hoping that shining light will be reflected off Vonderhaar's bald and beautiful head come November 2014. But no, in seriousness, I think the negative reaction from the game would have hit him hard. I actually said something like this in my comment section to a reply from one of my subs, Arnold Running Man, but World at War and Black Ops 1, to my knowledge, were not hit with a major negative reaction, and, well, I guess they were quite successful in feedback, but this is why I think, this is where Treyarch kind of got sloppy with the game. Maybe they just thought whatever they put out would be a success. But they've been hit hard with a big reality check. The major negatives in regards to feedback on Black Ops 1 were Second Chance Pro, which Vonderhaar openly admitted they screwed up on, and they rectified this for the next game, for Black Ops 2, and obviously there were complaints about Ghost Pro and how powerful it was. Again, Vonderhaar did well here. He was getting feedback and they were working into trying to balance Ghost. And I feel this is one of the few things that Black Ops 2 got completely right. It's spot on, and it's definitely how it should be in all Call of Duty games from now on. I'm God's honest truth, I hope that Infinity Ward aren't so far up their own arse that they would not follow Treyarch's idea in balancing Ghost. Assassin was part of what broke Modern Warfare 3, whilst Ghost did not at all break Black Ops 2. But now, after Black Ops 2, which is highly regarded as one of the worst Call of Duties along with Modern Warfare 3, Vonderhaar is not going to want to go through this again. I mean, does anyone want death threats to him and his family? Of course not. The guy is human. I really feel he's going to work hard on his mistakes. He's got a bad reputation at the moment, so he's going to want to rectify that. Will it be Black Ops 3 or will it be a new game or a new genre completely? I don't know, but you can bet right now that if Vonderhaar has any honour or pride, well, if he's still the lead designer at Treyarch, he will do his utmost to try and put it right. I'll say this now, there'll be no target finder in the game, sniping will be more balanced, maybe somewhere between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and hopefully no shock charges. That's the thing with Treyarch. I mean, they mostly do learn from their mistakes. They're better at Infinity Ward in that regard. It's as it took, well, Infinity Ward 3 games to remove death streaks. I know COD 4 there were technically no death streaks in the game, but you know, it had Martyrdom and Last Stand, which were developed to death streaks. There was no excuse for them being in Modern Warfare 3, and unforgivable in my opinion. So I don't know who has more of a point to prove. Is it Treyarch or Infinity Ward? But that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.